This episode is brought to you by Outlaw Realty in South Bozeman's new Allison neighborhood, situated minutes from downtown, walking distance to MSU and local walking trails. You can learn more at AllisonBZN.com.
Like your sister
cool.
now.
I think I like it both ways.
Yeah.
Let's start the interview. Today I'm talking to Daniel Glick and Lucía Ortega Toledo, a married couple, the director of the inaugural Lone Peak Film Festival, and the program director of the same film festival, September 19th to 21st of this year
Coming
at
on
the
up.
Waypoint Theater in Big Sky. Thank you guys so much for joining us on Hoary Marmot.
Thank you for
Thanks
being
a
here.
lot for having us.
So this seems like a no-brainer. Why on earth has no one ever held a film festival in Big Sky before? And how did you two become the people to start it?
Yeah, we have a 4-year-old son, and I've been a filmmaker for 20 years. And when he was born, I just started thinking, okay, how can I get involved with something that I don't have to travel so much for? Because filmmaking, you have to just go places all the time. And through conversations with friends, the idea of a film festival came up, and there was no film festival in Bozeman, and no film festival in Big Sky.
Because Bozeman used to have one.
They had one for a bit, then it fizzled out. But we lived in Gallatin Gateway for 10 years, so we were like halfway between Big Sky and Bozeman. So I said, let me look in both directions and see.
Yeah.
And Big Sky just seemed like a no-brainer, because a lot of other really good festivals are in small mountain towns,
Right.
and so I just did outreach. I just made a really light call. I was not pitching anything hard at all. I just called a realtor up there that a friend of mine knew, and I asked, hey, do you think Big Sky would be interested in a film festival? Because I've been to like 50 as a filmmaker, and the best ones are when the community accepts it, when the community wants to engage with it. And so I wouldn't want to create a film festival if nobody shows up or if the community doesn't really want it. But this guy, Jason, said immediately, like, oh, yeah, I think it would be great. You should talk to this guy, Byard Dominic. And I met with Byard a week later, and within 5 minutes of that conversation, he said, okay, no, let's do it. We should do this film festival. And then Byard really helped grow the nucleus in Big Sky, works for Lone Mountain Land Company, and been up there for a while. He helped just bring in all locals, and then I started bringing in all the film people I know, and then I invited Lucía to be a part of it. I thought of her because she's has an excellent taste in movies that I don't share. I have good taste in movies, but she's like a curator.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah.
Yes, artisan taste.
And let's talk about that. You're watching movies as the program director. Your job is to kind of select the slate of films. How many did you watch in order to whittle it down to what? 6 features and 15 shorts?
Yeah, close to 90. Yes.
Okay.
But,
Did you finish
some
all
It's not
those?
the worst job,
some
you know?
shorts. Yeah, I know.
You give up on any of them?
Some of them. I saw the first 10 minutes and then I skipped a little more, but some of them were serious, for example. So I was like, I'm not clear, because I had to talk with the board and with other people, like, are we including serious? So those, like the serious, I just basically skipped them because I wasn't clear if we were going to include serious.
Right.
But no, I actually was able to watch, but some of these were short films, so it is a little easier, From feature films, I think we probably had 15 or 20. It was interesting. I thought we were gonna get way more feature films, and we didn't. Sometimes you just by reading the synopsis can tell if a film is a fit and get interested in that. So it was a very, very interesting process.
Have you started to regret your decision to do this yet?
No,
Not
not
yet.
yet. No, it's been pretty special. I mean, it's amazing how much it has grown without really reaching. Like there are projects that I've worked on where you have to scramble and fight and grind to grow momentum. But with this one, it's like there's 17 of us in the circle now, like kind of in the core circle, and that just happened really easily and without having to fight for people to be involved. And it is quite special. I mean, I don't know if I've had many experiences like this where people are just like, yeah, let's get involved. Let's do it.
That is the magic of Big Sky. I've had a lot of people tell me that. They're like, if you want to come into this town, that's the greatest thing about this really, like 3,000 person town is that you can start a business and people are excited about it and they're jumping on board to help you. So something like this. If you
have the energy to be the driving force,
you have to.
People will grab your coattails.
Yes.
But a lot of times there's a vacuum of that driving force, right? So like having you guys come in to be the driving force, that is exactly what it takes.
Yeah, and talent. I think that if you're like, hey, I want to start a film festival, but you don't know anything about film, it's going to fail.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys have the talent and the wherewithal to pull this off. So we appreciate it in this little tiny town.
Yeah, and that's also, like, for me, it is exciting that some of the mission of a film festival, it has to do with building community and, like, I have not lived in Big Sky. I went there for my honeymoon, and
with me.
You're telling me you're not a native Big Sky resident.
But my feeling was like, how does this work when it's not like winter ski time, vacation, like what the community is? And I was very curious about to know that aspect, and so we went to some concerts, to some farmers market, and the experience was positive, but I still didn't have like a sense of the community, and I feel that now we're going to have a taste of that, and like meeting many members of the board that are Big Sky residents, and it's been a pleasant experience, really. And what you're saying is a small town, people know each other, and they're enthusiastic about new things happening, and then this other aspect of the film festival that is trying to be inclusive too, like bring stories of inclusivity and bringing also the Native American tribes and to participate not only through films or through fellowship that we're organizing, but also we're going to try to make a welcoming ceremony that is bringing all voices, and we hope some Native members come to officiate the ceremony and ask permission for the land to do this in the right way, and everybody's gonna be there. So that is very exciting for me. Like the building community aspect is very exciting.
Yeah, it's so important.
You wanted to have from the beginning. The indigenous?
Yes, actually, I think.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. We had conversations in Big Sky for like 12 months before, for a full year before we decided to actually go ahead and try to do this. Yeah. And it was just conversations with people across the spectrum of Big Sky life, and so the head of the Arts Council, so Brian and John Zirkle, and like the people in the arts world, and also people just involved in landscaping, people involved in kind of Lone Mountain land, like getting a taste of like what's the appetite. And through those conversations we came up with this the focus for the films, which is all of them have to be ultimately uplifting. So we're focusing on the good in humanity, because the media, there is a lot of bad in the world right now. There's a lot of hard stuff in the world right now, and it's not about ignoring it, but the media almost exclusively focuses on that, where all the awful stuff. But there's a lot of amazing things going on at the same time, a lot of good people. So we said, okay, we want to focus on films that focus on the good. Not that they can't be really dramatic stories. Absolutely. And there are some really dramatic stories that we're presenting, but they ultimately point at the people who are trying to make a positive difference in the world, or who are achieving personal growth, positive. It's not like feel good, but it's inspiring stories. Like, shoot, we got a chance here as a people.
Absolutely, yeah. No, as a teacher, I mean, we focus on Montana's very good at having us have initiatives for Indigenous people within the classroom. It's called Indian Education for All, but I am trying to teach people in my classroom, even if we don't have a Native American person in there, to respect that this is mostly their land, and also respect that culture. So I think it's a wonderful thing for you guys to bring that into the film festival, and make sure that whole sect of Montana is being respected. And also, as a teacher, like, I tell my kids, life is hard, just like you guys are saying, there's a lot of hard stuff going on right now, but I'm like, if you focus on the good, like, it'll be a lot easier, because the hard stuff is when, you're learning, it's when you're growing. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what you guys are going to put out there.
and under the uplifting banner, kind of our filters were Indigenous stories, Montana-based stories, throughout Montana, stories of conservation, nature, and then stories of human resilience, because we thought that those four captured the landscape of Montana and Montana culture, and so that's how we kind of figured out for this first year what are our categories.
Is that just for this year, or is that the reputation that you want this film festival to have moving forward?
No, that's the mission, actually. I could read it. The Lone Peak Film Festival champions inspiring stories, builds community, offers mentorship, and supports local and indigenous filmmakers, all to spark positive change and catalyze action. So it is basically the mission of the film festival. And it intends to go throughout many years. We'll see. I mean, we're committed to do it throughout many years. And we're hoping that this year is successful. I mean, it will depend on how much the community wants it, right?
Yeah.
But I think one of our board members said, I'm nervous about year 1, but I'm confident about year 10. I think we're very committed to sticking with it, because we know it takes a while to build something. And
it does.
And so we wanted to start small. It's at the Waypoint. All the screenings are at the Waypoint. And then the Arts Council building will be a community gathering space, and we'll have a couple of events there too. But the idea is that it's just a very intimate beginning, where it's a way to just enjoy the people and enjoy the stories.
It's such a good venue too. I love the Waypoint.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what sort of qualifies you to do this. I mean, we're from Alabama. You got a Mets hat on. Lucía, I don't think you're from Montana. But like we have established, I mean, none of us who are not native, who are not indigenous, are actually from Montana. But what have you done in your careers that sets you up to throw a film festival?
Yeah, I could start. So, I mean, I've been a filmmaker, independent filmmaker for, I don't know how old I am now, but something like 22 years I've been a filmmaker, and doing, like, really, once I graduated college, went to college in New Jersey, I did nothing but make movies up until today. I'm still doing that. Like, I'm not giving up filmmaking. And it's been entirely independent, everything I've done. And so through the process of making films and going to so many film festivals, I feel like that equipped me well to see, okay, I've had a few really standout experiences as a filmmaker going to festivals. Really just like 2.5 stand out to me in terms of like a really positive experience where we're hosted. Where the filmmaker, a lot of film festivals are like, hey, we like your film, we'll put it in, here's some laurels, and if you want to come, you got to buy your own tickets, you got to buy your own hotel rooms, and that is not sustainable for an independent filmmaker. You can't pay
it's basically
$2-3 just
exploitation.
It's very much, no, it feels like extractive, like where we're taking this work that you spent your life on, and we're going to show it, and make some ticket money on it and promote our festival, and we're not giving that much back to you. So that for me, like every filmmaker who's going to come, and there's at least 18 who are coming to this film festival, we're flying them, we're hosting them, we're offering a program of mentorship and networking and community building. That is super important. But in terms of qualifications, I think it's my many years as a participant in film festivals, and then the act of making them pretty much nonstop for a couple decades. And
what are some mistakes, while we're talking about your film festivals you've been to, what are some mistakes that other film festivals made that you're not going to make?
I mean, one is going too big too fast. Like some festivals, they want to be like Sundance immediately, or they want to be this super fancy thing, and they just they go beyond their capacity too quickly, and so they didn't spend enough time promoting it, and so the screenings are empty. Like that was some of the worst experiences, like going into a screening and there's 2 people and it's like, I came all this way for this. But I think, as a young filmmaker experiencing that, I didn't quite realize it's up to the festival to fill the room. And so the festival needs to promote it. They need to engage with the community. And I mean, we're going to, do everything we can to fill the rooms, to fill the Waypoint, and promote the festival. Like we want the filmmakers to have like a really positive screening experience. I mean, I think, and I guess honestly, the biggest, I wouldn't say mistake, but I'd say the biggest oversighted or missed opportunities for film festivals are hosting the filmmakers, and where they don't really offer that much. And like I've been to a couple film festivals where it's like they're trying to milk you out of additional money. Like, hey, you can pay some money and advertise your film to our audiences. So they go to your screening and you're like, what? Like there's film festivals that try to their business model is to make money off the filmmakers and not give much back except for laurels. And I mean, laurels are nice, but Oh,
well, listen, you're in Big Sky, Montana. You're offering
Right.
people a free trip. I think that's a pretty nice offer
Oh my gosh,
relative
yes.
to like a Pittsburgh
Yes.
Film Festival. Or is that all right, Lucy? I cut
No,
you off.
I'm-
You were gonna
Yes.
talk about your background a little bit.
No, before talking about my background, I actually wanted to say that Daniel has also been not only directed his own films, but also have been a producer of his films. And so he has a lot of experience in producing. And I think that also is a big qualifying aspect for producing a film festival.
Sure.
There's a lot of networking involved, a lot of pitching your own stories, selling them, and in independent filmmaking, those qualities need to be out there, because if you don't really do that for your own films, and it's hard. I don't have that quality, for example, of talking about my project. I am super shy about talking about my own projects, but Daniel gets out there. And I've seen
You
him
have to,
doing
yeah.
that for years and years and years, and successfully.
Yeah.
Also, his films have been very much about involved community, involve Native American communities, involves stories of resilience. So I think that
Makes him the perfect
somehow
person, yeah.
there's like certain elements on his career, his trajectory that are becoming like the elements of the film festival too. It's like
How convenient.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it wasn't.
Yes.
It was not me.
Your
I
own
swear.
movies fit
I
so
did
neatly into the category.
No,
Okay.
it was. I blame Byard. It was Byard who actually
Right.
pitched this
You, of
vision
course.
first. It was not me.
That's fine. Okay, Lucia, I really want to know about you. So you grew up in Oaxaca. Actually, I have a friend from Oaxaca. She used to bring me mezcal and like some ridiculously good chocolate bars that had like a hint of spice to them.
Little chilly.
Yeah, a little chilly to them. Anyway, so growing up in Oaxaca, were you like, you know what? I am going to have a film festival someday in a mountain town in Montana. Yeah. Tell me about your trajectory to like, how did you get here?
So yeah, I grew up in a small community on the coast of Oaxaca, and it's a Zapotec community. And yeah, I have from my mother's side of is that rural life. I grew up there, and I studied in Mexico City, and I studied media and then kept going with masters and PhD, and I did Hispanic literature for that. I feel that because of my personality, that I'm a little more introverted, I couldn't go to media, even though I love writing. I always have written, and I love film too. And when I met Daniel, I was on a trip here finishing my thesis of my PhD, and we met in Bozeman, and we started dating, and I eventually moved to Bozeman right when I graduated. I tried the academic career, and it really didn't work out great. I teach for a little bit at MSU, But I wasn't like, I was just as a Spanish instructor, like it wasn't quite fulfilling for me. And I realized I needed to do something more creative or something else that involved language, that involved creativity, stories. And it was very organically how I started to do films with Daniel. Like I basically was like a production assistant in the beginning, and then I started more eventually to work on more conceptual aspects and story editing. And I've been
You guys do feature documentaries.
we have
together.
done feature documentaries, also like commercial features documentaries,
Commercial shorts.
and two narrative short films, and I haven't done anything. I haven't directed anything on my own except for those university years, and. What else?
I did no. I want to. I mean,
I want to come to this moment, Big Sky.
no. I mean, I think my experience,
Sounds like
and,
you're leading us to that
and
moment.
no, I mean, why I thought of Lucía is, I mean, she studied film in undergrad. She's very immersed in film culture. One of her closest family members, an aunt who's like a second mom to her, I think she's retired now, but she's one of the most, I'd say, prolific or important film producers in Mexico for a long time. Produced some of the biggest Mexican films, or like some of the most important Mexican films of the last century. And so Lucía grew up kind of in that, and then as you know, when we got together, and I would show her my films, and she would give the most devastating but accurate feedback as we went. Like
Nothing more valuable than tough notes, man.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
And I, it took me several years to accept that she had that it was constructive and not just devastating. And but when I would incorporate her notes, I was like, oh yeah, this is better, I guess. And so I began, so I really trust her and her a sense of story, and then also her taste in movies. So she's an excellent researcher, and so this year was a lot about researching to find films. And so yeah, I have to maybe champion. She's not good at championing herself as much, so I want to champion her. Like she's incredible sense of taste and incredibly thoughtful of how to present the films and how to balance what we're offering. And yeah.
Was your aunt an inspiration for you to like
Oh
do
yeah,
this in your life?
yeah, she was. She's also like Daniel. She's a force of a producer, super community builder. Like gathers everybody. Has helped a lot of people as a producer. Is the type of person that never walks alone. Like is really an inspiration.
Kind of like you.
Yeah, and then one thing that we had actually luck with, but that I also had some experience with film festivals. It is that I got a grant that is called Ford World Fellowship, and is designed for people of indigenous origin, filmmakers, and they travel you through film festivals. You get to meet lots of industry people and just people from all backgrounds in filmmaking. And that is a really, really great experience for me. And then years later, I also participated as a curator of their program. It is, there are 3 different film festivals involved into that fellowship. It's Camden International Film Festival, Seattle International Film Festival, and Big Sky in Missoula. Sky.
There's a Big Sky documentary film festival
Right.
in
In
Missoula.
Missoula, yeah. Everything in Montana gets the Big Sky nomiker. It's
Right.
it
Right.
But
gets
your Lone
confusing.
Peak Film Festival.
Yes.
Lone Peak
this
Film
is the
Festival.
We know
separation.
Yes.
who you are. Yes.
I want to get to our game, but I have one more question. I want you to quickly tell me who should come to this film festival and what they can expect. Walk me through the nuts and bolts of this thing.
Yeah, I think anybody can come. We don't have anything with guns or maybe there's some coarse language in
Yeah, there's
one
some
or
swearing.
2 of the shorts, but I would say most of the program is PG-13
Or less, yeah.
or less. Anyone who wants like a refreshing selection of films that are like positive stories, inspiring stories, and also from all over the world, because we have many made in U.S. but also international films.
Yeah, I'd say like there's everyone. We welcome everyone. I think there's a story for everyone. We have a story about skiing in Afghanistan, and we have a story about the Blackfeet and their buffalo, which we worked on, and there's a story about a woman in Iran trying to empower girls, and we have stories from all over the place. I'd say if you want to feel good, take some time to feel good about being a human being and living on this planet. This is a good that's our purpose. We want to offer that. And if you want to spend time with other cool people and meet some really interesting filmmakers, we have at least 17, probably more like 20 really talented filmmakers who are going to be participating, and we'll be having Q&As with them afterwards and parties with all of them. And so it's an opportunity to steep yourself in a cool world of filmmakers and creation. And we have 5 films from local, between Big Sky and just Montana residents, filmmakers. So that's also cool, just to get to know.
Hyper local, right.
But yeah, in terms of walking it through, so on Friday, we're starting on Friday afternoon at 5. We're going to have an opening ceremony that's public for everyone, free and public in the park. And we will have 2 native folks leading that, a local Shane Doyle, who lives in Bozeman, who's done some work in Big Sky, and then a woman, Paulette Fox, who's from a Canadian tribe, part of the Blackfoot Confederacy. They're going to lead an opening ceremony for everyone, to welcome everyone, to honor the land, to respect the people, to offer a good weekend time. And Shane's said, I got some sweetgrass, I'll bring that over, so you get to smell some. If you haven't smelled sweetgrass, it's one of the best smells in the world. And then we have a film that evening. And then at 7 at the Waypoint, and then on Saturday and Sunday, films start at 11 at the Waypoint and go until the evening, and then Saturday and Sunday in the evenings after the last film, we have parties. So opportunities to mingle and have fun. And if you have a ticket for any of the screenings, you can go to the party.
Awesome.
And
Joe and I will make it for the first 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'll ghost out. Or no, terrible parties.
Always looking for the side door. Every single time she walks in. Any big celebs coming to peak with us? I'm turning it into a verb. We're all
there is a mentorship program that is designed for the filmmakers attending, and there are 3 big people, I would say experienced filmmakers and producers, that are mentoring them. The mentorship includes all the filmmakers' screenings, but also 3 Native Americans, just beginner filmmakers that are coming just for the mentorship. And so the mentors are Patrick Markey, who is a very famous producer that lives here in Bozeman. The other one is Bakhtash
Ahadi.
Ahadi.
Multiple Peabody and Emmy award-winning documentary filmmaker, and Patrick, he produced A River Runs Through It, and The Horse Whisperer, Netflix's Ozark. He's pretty reclusive around Bozeman, but he's like, nah, I'll do it for you.
Pretty good credits.
So, right.
And then
Domenica Scorsese, one of the daughters of Martin Scorsese, who has actually have followed her career and very independent, and she has done independent filmmaking, which is very important. It's not Hollywood, it's a big name, you say Scorsese, but she has her own path in filmmaking, and also it's very important to have that reference actually for our filmmakers attendees. It's not like Hollywood, we're not making films in that way, it's a different type of filmmaking, very different.
Yeah, it's not like this, we don't want it to be Sundance over the top. Oh, there's celebrities on every corner, and let's get the mobs, we want it to be intimate, and it's not, at some point we may end up having a few here and there, but it's not the intention.
No, I
it's
like
just
that.
Good stories.
Sounds like a good weekend.
I like that.
I hope everybody turns up for it. All right, that's all the questions. So now we can move on to our dumb Marmot game. Don't look at it, Michelle.
So I wasn't reading it.
Cheater.
I didn't even look. I'm sorry. I don't ever know what the game is. And I wasn't actually reading. I'm just staring off into space.
We're turning into a verb. Lone Peak Film Festival. We're peaking. The dumb Marmot game is, when did they peak? Okay, to encourage as many people as possible to come peak with us at the Lone Peak Film Festival, let's identify when the following movie stars peaked. Yeah, this is a fun one. So let's start with Jennifer Lawrence. What was she nurturing when she decided to star in Darren Aronofsky's weird horror movie Mother? It was not her career momentum. When did Jennifer Lawrence peak? What do you think, Michelle?
I would think. I mean, I'd say like I think she's got another peak ahead of her, but
you think she has not yet peaked?
No, I think she peaked. She has. I think she has multiple peaks.
Okay,
but
peaks,
I think
valleys,
Hunger Games is the biggest movie in the world.
Okay.
So it's hard to get higher than that.
Yeah.
Silver Linings Playbook was 2012. Hunger Games was 2013. That's probably right where she peaked. All right, how about Chris Pratt? Did his career begin to die the moment Jesus Christ began to live within his heart? When did Chris Pratt peak?
Oh man, he's still
Michael,
doing Jurassic World, man.
Guardians of the Galaxy was a big, peak for him.
I think you guys nailed that.
I think like when the confluence of Jurassic World and Guardians, like when they were coming out around the same time,
2014, 2015.
I think that's he's still riding those waves, but
totally.
Yeah, that's two of the biggest.
I feel like we're dissing on people.
It's
I know.
It's
everyone has another peak coming.
Exactly. Thank you. I like
okay
that.
to say.
Yeah. I can tell you when you peaked.
Thank you, Michelle. I bet you could. Gal Gadot. When did Gal Gadot?
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman.
Not during the pandemic.
All of these are when the superhero movies
pretty much
out.
so far. Wonder Woman 2017. She taught us that after that, Wonder Woman's kryptonite was monologues, apparently. Ana de Armas.
Knives Out.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I think so. Knives Out.
That's so
but
good.
that was her breakthrough. Though. Is Knives Out her? I mean, that's when she broke through.
Yeah, that's true.
What else have we seen?
I think you're right, though. Knives Out 2019, No Time to Die was 2021. That little stretch. She was one of the many actresses who dated Ben Affleck and immediately became irrelevant. I had to write some jokes here. Joining Gwyneth, J-Lo, and Jennifer Garner.
You also had a big crush on Ana de Armas.
She's on this list for a reason, guys. How about Peter Dinklage?
Oh, I don't think he's peaked.
No.
Well, I think Game of Thrones.
Thrones.
I think Game of Thrones is hard to get bigger than the biggest show of all.
Sure.
Of the last
Yeah.
couple decades.
Became a household
But he's
name.
still he's in Dexter now. He's doing a lot of.
He's working.
He's working.
I don't disagree with you, but keep in mind the Station Agent and Elf were both the same year. That was 2003.
I don't think he peaked during Elf. I think he came on.
What a
bigger
year
than
for
Game
him,
of
though.
Thrones, though. Like that was everybody was talking about Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
He was like the heart of that show.
Oh my God.
Fair
yes.
enough.
And
He
so
almost.
good in it.
Things might have turned out differently if Paul Rudd hadn't narrowly edged him out to play Ant-Man. He almost had a superhero movie of his own.
Really?
This is the smallness. No.
Oh.
Tiny,
That was
it's
it.
tiny. It was a small joke.
Wow.
These are the top
Wow.
jokes.
Oh my
Pretty
God. You are. Yeah. You're punching down.
We're almost
Joe.
done.
You're punching down.
I am punching down. Literally. Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, he's still in it. He's still in the peak. I mean, Dune is still going on.
Oh my God, that was
Yeah,
so
but-
good.
And he's
Yeah,
still
that
got
was
another
really
Dune coming. So I think and he just had the
He has done
Academy
everything
Award
and been with
nomination.
so many good directors.
He's everywhere. He's all over the place.
I
And
think
the latest Bob Dylan film was just. Yeah,
I
that
think
was-
he will win an Academy Award, and that will be his peak. I don't think he's there yet.
You think he's on the way up the mountain? I just think maybe too much, too fast, too everywhere right now. The
Right.
only way he could be
Right.
more overexposed is if Justin Timberlake ripped off his dainty little bra at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And the bonus, John Voight.
Oh,
Yeah, this one's a little bit more obscure.
It's a deep cut.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Angelina Jolie's dad.
Yeah, that's how he peaked. I don't
He
think
peaked.
Is that how he
peaked
peaked?
because Angelina Jolie was so good.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think he's like that.
I think-
That was his best offering. to the
Midnight
world.
Cowboy, 1969. But just when he was on the verge of a comeback, an anaconda exploded his heart, and then Fox News cooked his brain.
Oh, yeah.
That is. When did they peak?
Now I know why when you were trying to write this last night, I looked over and you were just like, you had like a face. So you were in a punch down place.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Lucía was never growing up a big Hollywood person, so you kind of threw her out of her depth. You'd have to say like Gael Garcia Bernal or Diego Luna.
Oh, that would
like
be-
that she could talk about when the Mexican actors.
I know the Latin American scene and some
Yes.
of the
We'll say that for
Latin
round 2.
directors.
Okay. Next
Yes.
year when you're promoting the second year of the Lone Peak Film Festival. But for the time being, thank you guys so much for
Thank you.
joining us. Best of luck with the inaugural
you.
Lone
Thank
Peak
you so
Film
much.
Festival, September 19th through 21st at the Waypoint in Big Sky Town Center.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank
Alright,
you.
thank you
Tickets
so
are on
much.
sale now.
Such
Please
a fun
buy
thing.
Okay.
ahead of time. With no guarantee they'll be ready at the door. Like
All right.
We'll have a link in the
Uh-huh.
show notes for sure.
That's it.
All right.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
guys.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So who's your favorite Mexican actor?
Actor,